Pisces, how are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for June 19th to the 25th, 2023. So in this reading, Pisces, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for this upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more regarding June 19th to the 25th, 2023. But before we begin this reading, Pisces, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you, Pisces, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. But without further ado, I am now going to pull the energy for you and see what wants to come through for June 19th to the 25th, 2023, Pisces. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Pisces. See what we got here for you, Pisces. Interesting energy here, Pisces. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off for you with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. What frequency do you need more of for your own highest good? What frequency do you need to embody this week from the universe? The first frequency you need is actually loss here. So there's something here that maybe needs to leave your life. The first thing coming through is actually belief systems here, or there's some sort of belief you have in your head about something that needs to leave. You know, like the thing that's coming through first of all is that the universe will reveal its secrets to you if you're empty. Most people think it's the other way around. If I can only study enough books, if I can only become somebody, if I study all the courses, and if I do that, if I become somebody, like when you're trying to be somebody, which sometimes people tell you have to do that, Pisces, because you're so spiritual. You're like, I'm gonna be whoever I want. I do whatever I want. But what's coming through is like this visual of, if you're trying to be somebody, it's like you're like this mountaintop. You're this peak, right? You're like, visualize this mountain that I'm creating with my hands. And the universe tries to give you knowledge, but for some reason it's like it just skips you. Now, when you become a valley, when you become a nobody, or when you basically eliminate all the crap that's in your head, the whole universe can pour into you, right? Like this. Like, so you're a valley instead of a peak. And ironically, when you're the valley like this, the whole universe, you can get downloads about your true life purpose, about whatever it is you need. When you're the valley, everything pours into you and you become a somebody, but not from the place that you think. I think that's a message that will resonate with a lot of you here. So there's something about that. Less is more, with charm and ultra, less is more. Okay, but more seriously, not that wasn't serious, but loss, the frequency you need more of. This is about preservation. There is something here, Pisces, that you're on the verge of losing if you don't do something with it. For a lot of you, I'm getting, if you're from the age of like 25 to like 45, there's something about your physical abilities are dwindling and you're meant to do something with it. This could be some sort of creative dancing, athletics, some sort of thing with your body. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. There's something about your body, Pisces. This could have to do with addictions, letting go of that or something. But there's something here about preserving something that will dwindle if you don't take action to preserve it. So the frequency you need more of, what do you need to preserve? What do you need to tidy up, get up to shape, okay? The other frequency you need more of is divine order. So divine order is what you need more of. So remember that the universe does have a plan to you. There's an interesting thing coming into my head in general right now about childhood trauma. And this is just an example of what this could be about with divine order. This is the frequency you need more of. So let the cards speak to you. But what I'm getting from this, Pisces, is some of you may have had an elementary understanding of childhood trauma and what it means to go into that and transform it. Like, for example, what Spirit is showing me for some sort of reason is that many of you were working with childhood trauma in the form of, my parents really messed me up, or I did so many things, if only those things didn't happen, if only from when I was age 0, because you know the subconscious mind gets formed when we're age 0 to 7 years old in childhood, and then the rest of our life is basically runs on autopilot from that very crucial period. But there's something that Spirit is telling me about your divine order. Some of you here are saying, I wish if only my parents didn't mess me up, or if only I stood up to that bully better. Like, there's something here about if only, shoulda, coulda, woulda changed, stuck in the past. And there's this element of like blank slate theory that many of you need to let go of, because if you understand how the universe works, Pisces, basically, and I don't want to get, this is something you don't have to believe if you don't want to, but basically what I'm being shown to tell you is that a lot of this is already written. Divine order. What do you need more of? Divine order. What this means is, instead of looking at your childhood trauma as some sort of, this person messed me up, I messed myself up, what if it was already in your birth chart? What if there was nothing you could have really done? It was meant to happen. What if you treated your trauma as if you chose it, instead of it happening to you? It's like the frequency I want you to let go of, and no matter, because I'm just using this as an example. Nothing with your childhood trauma may actually be coming up. I'm just using an example. Instead of approaching life this week with the attitude of, I have to do this, I have to fix my life, I get to do this, I get to fix my life. And that's the thing that astrology helped me understand. There's many, the amount of astrological placements in my chart that point to literally having autism are off the charts. For many years, I blamed society, I blamed my mother, I blamed me. I blamed biological factors, because autism is something that happens when there's too much testosterone in the mother, on a physical note. But what if it was all written, Pisces? What if all the things that you're so upset with, you were made for this? You were literally built. The universe doesn't give you anything that you're not capable of handling. Everything that you're experiencing, as painful as it's been in your whole life, you're literally built for it. You're the only one that can do it, by the way. But you're built. What if instead of viewing it as like, oh, blank slate theory, everything's random, oh my god, that sucks, I can't believe these two people chose to have sex and then I'm born. No, your soul chose those people. Your soul knew what was going to happen. So it's like, wake up. Now, you also need mirroring. What frequency you need more of? Mirroring. And this is really, the law of mirroring is the same thing as law of attraction. So really focus on your own thoughts at this time. Focus on the fact that karma is real. Karma is not a bitch, but karma is a mirror, Pisces. So treat people the way you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you is a rule that I would live by this week, because there is something going on here where you could kind of slip into, for some of you, you could kind of slip in. Fight fire with fire is what's going on this week for you. When it comes to interpersonal relationships or even career advancement for you, Pisces, this week, there's something about you being able to morph and turn into whoever is using something against you, because Pisces is the combination of all 12 zodiac signs. And there's something about someone bothering you that you know exactly how to deal with them. You'll know how to do it, but it's like, do you want to do that? Perfect classic example of this is if you look at in my opinion, the greatest boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather. He's a Pisces. And what he does during the fights, usually if you pay attention, or some of the fights that I've watched at least, is he changes his style up so many times. 1 second he'll be fighting like an Aries. Next second he'll switch into a Taurus. Next second he will be a Gemini. And it's hard to track. You can't track a Pisces because you can become any zodiac sign that you want. You have all the knowledge of the wisdom contained in your soul, or your emotions, or your even ascendant, doesn't matter, or whatever placement, doesn't matter. You still have the capability if you're listening to this reading. But what I'm getting from this is there's something that you're going to be tempted to use your own Pisces abilities this week for basically a lower form manifestation rather than a higher. It could be used in a better way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is there's something about you fighting with someone this week and you really knowing how to there's someone like, if you want to step on someone's throat this week, you could. Some of you are not going to do it, but it's like you could if you wanted to. But then you may be avoiding. You may have to deal with the law of mirroring later. So only do unto others as you would have them do unto you, Pisces. Take the high road because you do have a temptation to really destroy someone this week. Is what I'm getting. Even if it's just light, like I'm even getting. It doesn't have to be so serious. It could just be. You're playing a board game with your family and you're just like, ha, I win. And it's just like, use that somewhere else, please. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am. I had so many things. It went away because it's not that important. So Pisces, when it comes to your opportunity this week, you do have the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is your opportunity. It's an interesting one. I do think there's an opportunity for you to work really hard this week at something. To gain some sort of victory from it. It's we're going to have to clarify what this is about, but the 10 of Wands, for most of you coming out here, it's taking on a temporary burden so that you get something out of it here. You see how this person is like carrying all the wands? Like they definitely don't need to be doing that, but somehow they were coerced into it or they're doing it. Your opportunity here is to take on a lot of responsibility in order to receive some sort of payoff. Now, alternatively, for some of you, there is an opportunity to end some sort of relationship that feels heavy because we're going to clarify that. But when we look at your challenge, you have the 2 of Cups in your challenge. This is more so coming through, I don't even know. It's not necessarily like, some of you have an opportunity to steal someone off. And look, I just have to say what I'm getting. I wouldn't do this because I understand the law of mirroring and I don't want this to happen to me. Some of you, if you're a single Pisces, there's literally an opportunity for you to take someone off someone else. If you're all single, I'm not saying take someone away who's married, but like the visual that Spirit just sent to me is like you are, there's some sort of opportunity for you to be very sneaky this week. But it's not even that you're being sneaky. It could just be presented. Like, it's not even you have to, like, put in a lot of work for this. But thank you for staying with me. What I'm trying to say is someone's going to choose you in love, but then it will hurt you in the end. Pisces, there's something about, some of you may need this for your own self-esteem, but there's something about something about jealousy and love and you being victorious in that whole encounter. I don't know why I'm getting that, but there's something for the 19th to the 25th about you winning some sort of jealousy battle, like someone like literally choosing you over someone else in love, or you literally like taking, destroying someone's relationship. And once again, I wouldn't advise that. I'm just reading your energy here, and it's like there's healthier ways that you can utilize that tool is what I would tell you, right? Instead of doing it in those lower ways. Now you can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you this is what it is. I'm getting a super weird message, Pisces, for you this week. I'm getting a message that you could get away with something this week in terms of love that will bite you in the ass like 20 years down the line, in love specifically. There's something about like you can destroy a relationship, you can be victorious, but then like 20 years it will hurt you. Like I'm telling you. So be careful with what you do. What you do now echoes on into eternity. Just because a camera isn't filming you, the Most High sees everything. And the Most High is not separate from you. You're an extension of it. But, there are forces above and beyond us. So when it comes to your overall general energy this week, you have the Five of Wands, the King of Swords, and you also have the Six of Wands. So this is you actually, we'll see when the clarification comes, but this is some sort of victory over competition, you using your logical mind or you using the element of air. I see you actually, for many of you, if you're very purified and everything, then this is you just overcoming some sort of difficulty, working on yourself and really it paying off. So something, when it comes to your own character development, it's really going to pay off. Once again, your opportunity being, for some of you, there's an opportunity to really focus on your work this week. Once again, study, put in more hours, there's something about you working overtime that leads to a victory, but it will come at the cost of your relationships may, if you're dating someone, they may say, why are you always at work, Pisces? Why are you working so hard this week? And you're like, because someone's got to pay the bills, or it's just like something I'm seeing. But it's honestly a great week. It's a very empowering week. I just don't want to see you overdo it, because there's something about you can overdo it this week that you'll pay for later. Like one of the, like a quote that is coming to mind is like, sometimes you don't need to be powerful, you just need to be power-filled. All right, there's a difference between being obsessed with being powerful and being power-filled. Right? So I'm not telling anyone to become some sort of socialist here at all. But what I'm telling you is like everything in moderation, because there is an opportunity. Once again, it's going to manifest differently for all of you, but there will be a opportunity. It will manifest differently for some of you. If you're a Pisces moon, maybe in your emotional life. If you're an ascendant, maybe a little more superficial, your ego or your physical. If you're soul, it's different. But when it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Ten of Pentacles. So a little bit of determination will go an extra, will take you far this week, Pisces, is what I'm getting. The Ace of Pentacles, if you want to start some sort of new project and you have the willpower, it will pay off for you in the end. There's also a message here about, I don't know why I'm getting this, but if like the devil gives you everything up front and takes away down the road. So if you do something that your conscious is telling you not to do with that Ace of Pentacles, your higher self is going to be battling with your animal self, and there's something about you may gain the world, but you lose your soul. Kanye West, I sold my soul for a crappy deal. At least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Keep sending me those emails, Matrix. See if I take the bait. Anyway, when it comes to your advice from Spirit, Pisces, you have the Knight of. Sorry, I just got caught up in my own shit. You have the Knight of Wands, and you have the Four of Swords, and you also have the Sun when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides. So, I do feel there's some sort of adventurous spirit. I can do more than I think I could, right? This is the main message here for a lot of you, is taking on some sort of thing that is just outside of your comfort zone. Like, growth never happens in your comfort zone. And what I'm getting, the Knight of Wands is someone who has no fear. They're not afraid to get out of their comfort zone. And what I'm getting, if you can extend yourself out of your comfort zone, especially when it comes to your career, this could be laying some sort of vibrational groundwork if you want to switch careers. But many of you, this is something you're doing. This is like a direct thing you can do this week to make more money this week. Put in, like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I don't really live by that shit, but some people say that. But there's healing. Like, your advice is to heal, like the Four of Swords. And what I'm getting from this is this: some of you may have lived somewhat of a powerless existence, and what I'm saying and what I'm getting is this: the universe is presenting you with a weird opportunity this week, once again, to somehow work on yourself. For most of you, it's a good way. It's not bad at all. But there's something here about, like, don't forget who you are, and don't get lost in the world. All the world is the stage, and we're merely just players. So there's something about, like, don't get lost in your role, understanding you are more than your body, you're more than your mind. You are a spiritual being having a temporary physical experience. So just be aware of that. Let's clarify why the Ten of Wands is here in your opportunity. Ten of Wands is clarified by the Fool and the Queen of Cups in reverse, though, when it comes to your opportunity. I just keep getting this message of you working overtime. I don't know why. Now, for some of you, this is definitely moving in a different direction when it comes to love, because someone's playing games with you, or the love is not there, so it's time to move into a different direction. Wow. Are you really, bro? Fine. So, for some... This is so crazy. For some of you, you see where the Fool is looking at that Queen of Cups woman? Like the area of... You know what? What I'm getting is this. Some of you may have to really work on satisfying your own partner in the bedroom, whether you're dating this person, whether you're married to someone. There's something that you can do to extend yourself out of your own, I'm even getting sexual comfort zone, so that you please your partner, so that then that energy will come back to you. So working on your own, like, how can I please my partner? How can I really make sure that I please them, even if you don't want to do it? Because here's the mistake that most people make in love. You see this, what do you need more of, Pisces? Mirroring. This is what you need more of this week, right? Mirroring. And most people go from person to person searching for the right person when it comes to satisfying their own sexual desires. But there's something about reversing that, where what you put out is what you get back. So if you do something to satisfy your partner, you will receive satisfaction, maybe not in the way that your mind thinks, but it will happen in some sort of divine order way. Because potentially for some of you, sorry to say, there is some sort of thing about, if you're dating someone, if you grow complacent, if you rest on your laurels, this person could be, it could be you as well. So roles could be reversed here, but there's something about someone growing bored in the bedroom that you're not attuned to, or for some of you, the person is not attuned to you. Mostly it's you, though. And it's almost like a little switch you could make. Now, for some of you, to get back to like an original darker message that I was getting, I don't even want to go. Just be careful with what you... Be careful how you yield your power. Hold on, Pisces. The camera's about to die. We need to... Okay, so we switched it up. So we're going to keep going. There also, for some of you with the Ten of Wands and the Fool and the Queen of Cups in reverse, doing something that expands your comfort zone that you don't love, but you'll grow to love it. You know, for example, when I first started doing tarot readings, it was way beyond my comfort zone, but I grew into it. I just put in this insane amount of work because I knew I had the underlying psychic ability. I just needed to activate it. So there was many hours of labor. I hated it. Doing tarot readings, I hate this. Locked in a room, for a whole summer, whatever. I hate it, but then you grow to love it, because if there's something about, like, it's always hard at first, something, I don't know. Let's start off with why is the Two of Cups in your challenge this week? Two of Cups in your challenge is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Justice card, and also the Page of Pentacles here when it comes to your challenge. So there could be adjustments that need to be made when it comes to your dating life or the person that you're seeing in order to restore balance. For many of you, this does involve, the Page of Pentacles involves doing the dirty work, and because the Ten of Wands, the opportunity is the Ten of Wands, willingly taking on a burden for the emotional need of your partner to satisfy them better. For some of you, this satisfaction actually could be putting more work in financial so that they're comfortable in that way. Just making an effort is what I'm getting. If you make an effort this week in the bedroom with your partner, or if you make an effort in your dating life or with this person you're committed to, if you literally just make an effort, then that will actually resolve your problems here. That will restore justice. Effort, Pisces. Effort. Just don't escape. Be like, yeah, you're unsatisfied? Well, let me smoke my cigarette. Yeah? Tell me more about how you're unsatisfied, bitch. And they're just like, no, it doesn't have to be like that way. Please. Now, the other message here with your challenge here, once again, if you're single and you're more of like the player type, then just please do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you were in a relationship, would you want someone to come around and for your partner to be more attracted to them and for you to leave them? No. So if there's some sort of weird thing with a third party that you have a capability of doing something with, and maybe you've never done it before, so you want to see what it feels like, you're too sensitive. But just please be careful with that. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, because there is something about you wielding your power and being able to get away with it, and maybe it's actually healing for you, but I'm just warning you of something down the line that could be a repercussion from that. So, let's clarify what the Six of Wands is here in your overall general energy. What is this victory about for you? What is this win by the end of the week? Six of Wands is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Star, the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Seven of Wands, and also the Seven of Swords here when it comes to your overall general energy. There could be something about getting back at someone, karma from the way past for some of you here. If that's not the case here, there's something about you putting in a lot of work in order to, once again, there is something here about you putting in a lot of work, outlasting the competition. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for the other or do it for the collective. This can manifest, what I'm getting is some of you have no motivation to improve or to see something through to the end because it's all about you. Do it for the collective. The truly enlightened person is not the person who plants the seed knowing that they're going to sit under the shade of that tree or eat the fruit of that seed that they plant. But the true enlightened person is the person who plants a seed knowing that they'll never eat the fruit from that tree. They'll never sit under the shade of the seed that they're planting, but they still plant the seed because it's the right thing to do. This could actually have to do with the collective and loss, divine order, and mirror. For some of you, it has to do with that bigger picture. But for others of you, this does have to do with what I was mentioning. And I just feel like, I don't know. We're going to put that back. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't with those clarification cards. But, let's go ahead, Pisces. Let's just go to your right to your advice. Why is the Knight of Wands here in your advice? Why is the Knight of Wands here in your advice? Knight of Wands in your advice is clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, and also the Five of Cups here. Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity to get out of your comfort zone and take on some responsibility. In your advice here, Pisces, for some reason now it's coming through with this thing of loss here. There is something about discipline. You're not going to be able to always do it, so do it while you're young. Like there's something about do something while you have the energy to do it, or you might regret it, Pisces. This could have to do with fear of losing yourself in some sort of new thing you have to do, right? This is your opportunity. Clearly this has to do with trauma and looking at your own sadness and looking at your own trauma, but there's some sort of physical action that you could take that snaps you out of that whole fear. Many of you are experiencing problems in your dating life. You can't attract the right people, or if you're with a partner or you're married, you can't satisfy them either sexually, socially, or financially for some of you. But you have an opportunity, all those feelings of inadequacy, Pisces, oh my God, it's so inadequate. I'm so inadequate. I'm so inadequate. There's some sort of there's something here about an action that you can take here, Pisces, that will snap you out of that parallel reality. Snap you out of that parallel reality. So instead of feeling sorry for yourself this week, take action. be more masculine this week, and it will actually alleviate a lot of your sadness. So this is definitely one of those readings where you can do something about your pain. So, but remember not to overdo it. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading, Pisces. I hope that this helped you, and I'll talk to you next time. It's the Autistic Mystic.